Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of lsatdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. Peter writes in, STEM major to law school? Question
I
mark?
hope you're doing well. I graduated in 2023 from Georgia Tech with a BS in mechanical engineering. I graduated with a 3.19, which is considered graduating with honors at that school. Although I know law schools will take an unkind view to that grade. I'm confident in my ability to score well on the LSAT with enough practice and study, as frankly, I've always felt I was forcing a square peg into a round hole by studying engineering and spatial topics rather than more verbally oriented topics like law. Does something sound kind of fishy about that to you? Peter would probably be surprised to hear that engineering students tend to do really well on the LSAT.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's not two different things. Computer scientists and electrical engineers kick the shit out of the LSAT. That's like the two majors that tend to do the best on the LSAT is computer science and electrical engineering. So I don't know. The LSAT is more like engineering than you probably think it is, Peter. I'm not saying you're not going to do well on it.
That's true. Although it is different, right? You can see engineers who would fail at the verbal sparring
because they're only good at math.
Yeah.
And they actually have terrible English skills. Mm. Yeah. Peter, I'm sure you're going to do great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm hoping to leverage my work experience, my engineering background, the fact that I have a patent pending from my college capstone project, and a hopefully high LSAT score to make myself a competitive applicant. I'm trying to target a 173 or greater to make myself a competitive splitter. I'm still getting the lay of the land in the world of law and law school admissions, so I wanted to ask you whether you think this venture is worthwhile at all for me or whether I'm wasting my time. My current thoughts are: 1, focus on the LSAT first. Target a 173 or higher. 2, take the patent bar and lean into patent law given my STEM background. 3, try my best to design a patentable tool at work in the next 12 months before I apply to law school. Thanks for all you both do. I have greatly appreciated my LSAT Demon subscription thus far. Thank you, Peter.
Okay. Peter, step 1, focus on the LSAT first, target a 173 plus. I think that's a perfectly legitimate goal, because if you can't accomplish that, then maybe this isn't the right path for you and you don't have to worry about these other things, which are much bigger. The one I'm most concerned about is number 3, try my best to design a patentable tool. Is this so you can get into law school? If so, it's a waste of time. I think that's what
Peter's saying.
Yeah,
totally.
If it's to see whether you have a future in patenting things or, inventing things, then yeah, cool, do it. But
if you are successful in doing that, then why the hell do you want to go to law school?
Yeah, go invent something.
If you can invent useful things to make the world a better place, I think that's a hell of a lot better than being part of the patent bar.
Yeah, which is really a system that does encourage innovation, but it also encourages litigation and all sorts of weird behavior like stockpiling patents.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Having an arsenal of patents that you own, so that if anybody tries to sue you for patent infringement, you can countersue them for patent infringement, so that the lawyers can just endlessly fight over money instead of like actually creating useful shit in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to actually create useful shit in the world, then yeah, I have no doubt that law could be a good fit for you. There are plenty of law schools like WashU in St. Louis that would give a full ride to Peter. If you show up to WashU with a 176, they don't give a shit what your GPA is.
They do not give a shit. They do not give a shit about your GPA.
No, and they will actually notice that you're a STEM major.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a feather in your cap. But the patentable, getting the patent doesn't have anything to do with anything. Being employable is what they care about. Being successful in law school and being employable. So if you show up with a 175, and if I think that for your own like financial situation, being a patent agent during law school makes a lot of sense. You can make money while you're at school.
Good money, yeah. Yep.
And be like practicing something, you know, adjacent to what you're going to actually do once you get your law license.
Yeah.
So by all means, take the patent bar and be a patent agent while you're in school. But, you know, get a full ride to law school, get your 175, go somewhere for free, be a patent agent. But yeah, don't worry about the patent itself just for law school purposes. People think softs matter way more than softs actually matter.
Thanks.
Anything more for Peter?
No, thanks for writing in.
You sure you don't want to be an engineer, Peter? I'm just saying, like, there are far fewer people who can do the like math work than there are people who can do the words.
Yeah, and you were getting honors at Georgia.
Right, 3.19 is great. Like, you're killing it in engineering.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the thing, is that like Peter thinks he's putting a square peg into a round hole, and probably as a mechanical engineer, you don't realize how many people there are with really strong verbal skills. It's like, oh, I've got the strongest verbal skills of anybody in my whole engineering program. I don't have the best math skills of anybody in my engineering program. So I'm putting a square peg into a round hole. I'd be better off doing verbal stuff. Wait till you see what the verbal skills are of people who are doing political science, English, history, all those other majors.
No, there's quite a range.
You never even... There's quite a range. I'm not saying there's not a downside.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that there's a lot of math specialists in engineering. And I can see how when you're comparing yourself to them on math, you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of verbal specialists on the other side. And as good as you think your English skills are, you're just... I feel like that's a bigger pool. That's what I'm trying to say, is that it's a much bigger pool of people.
Yeah.
I think it's just easier to have those skills than it is to have the math skills. And so, like, if you're going to walk away from like your technical training to then go fight over words with people who don't have the technical training, don't give a shit about the technical training, that's not even part of the game anymore. I feel like that would be a mistake.
Yeah.
So I guess I do like the idea of, like, again, being a patent agent, like going down that road of like, okay, no, I'm going to be doing intellectual property law because I have the technical background. I'm not walking away from the technical background. I'm going to leverage the technical background. If that's what Peter's saying, then great. But I still think being an engineer is pretty cool.
It's cool. Email daily at lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or Law School admissions news. Thanks for listening.